As we're all trying to scramble to figure out some way to put things online, here's a suggestion for some ways to do fairly easy things that can help students with asynchronous learning. And you can start building out right away if you want to adapt something like this. These are little mini modules that, that I would tell my students that I'm substituting our sort of longer explanations in class with sort of bite-sized, step-by-step lessons that they can then respond to, and we can keep track of how they're all progressing through them. These are two from my statistics course that I made. Here's one on z-scores, and you can see it has three components. The idea is to have a PDF file that the student can see and reference. And if they have the capability of printing, they could print it out and take notes on it, but it's not necessary, but they have that for reference. Then there's a video that needs to be kept short. Well, that's, you don't really need to see the video, but just to give you an idea, this is a video that that I made in a tablet app called Explain Everything that I like a lot. But you can also make videos like this where you're talking through a process using something as simple as PowerPoint. But as the video in this case is, this one's 5 minutes long, and it really just works through a couple of examples of the problems that I'm going to ask the students to do. And you can see that it's really, really very short. I'm going to give a brief explanation with 3 examples, and then I'm going to ask the students to do 3 examples themselves or some short assignment. And so the PDF file that I posted was made in Microsoft Word and just saved as a PDF, but obviously anyway at all, generating a PDF file for your students is good enough. I would try to remember to always convert things to PDF in case the only way they have to look at them is on their phones or other kind of mobile devices. We don't want to swamp them with odd formatted files that they have to get a piece of commercial software to open. The final piece of this is some kind of a short assessment. For this example, I created a 2 questions, maybe 3 questions. I've forgotten now. I think it's a 2-question quiz, and I created this directly in our course management system. We're using D2L on my campus. And so I've just written these questions directly in D2L just to get them to answer 2 questions to show that they understood the main points of the video and the mini lesson. If you don't, in this case, this question of calculating z-scores actually lends itself to randomization, and the course management system allows for that much randomization. So these are actually random questions using a random range of mean, standard deviations, and z-score questions. But it doesn't really matter. Having them just do a multiple choice question at this point would be fine. If you use a separate homework system, then it would be easy enough for that 3rd link just to be a link out to your online homework system and ask them just to complete a couple of problems before moving on. But what I'm trying to resist here is having, my traditional way of doing this would have been to have a lot of in-class work followed by like a week-long or unit-long homework set. And I don't want to give the students that much flexibility. I really would like them to work on these small pieces as they go. I did very badly on that quiz. The other possible model for that 3rd piece, if I can get back to where I started, you can see in this other example I have for reading probabilities from a normal distribution table. Mostly this is not the same way. I have a PDF that has the questions on it for student reference. I have a video of myself talking through some sample problems that I want the students to work on. And again, it's just a few. There's like 3 questions in there. And then the other way that I can use my content management system is I can create an assignment that is set up for students to upload something to the site, as opposed to something that's using the quizzing system inside the course management system. So for this one, I've set up an assignment where I've written some problems on another PDF file and asked the students to just upload their solution files. The student would have an upload link in the course management system to do that. And then our course management system has a way that we can go in and just grade those PDF files fairly quickly and give students feedback. The downside of this is that the student does have to upload a PDF. And if they don't have a computer at home or a device like that at home that they're working on, that could be difficult. It is certainly possible that they can they can just get a blank piece of paper out and do the problems and take a photo of it. But without a file system on a computer that they understand how to use, they still may have trouble interfacing with this content management system to upload their PDF answer. So if a student really can't do it, then I'm happy to have them email those to me. And that will be a little bit more of a burden on my end, but I'd rather the burden be on my end and have the students have to stress out about the technology on their end. But I suspect that most of the students will be able to actually do a PDF upload here. And so for the most part, I'll be able to move things along fairly quickly. So those are just a couple of examples of how you can use the course management system that I already have in place to deal with my online course. I notice I do have to have the facility to make PDFs. I do have to have the facility to make videos in some ways. And I do have to lean on the students to actually then do something at the end of those things. And I have to decide how that's going to work in terms of deadlines. But so other than those decisions that I have to make, at least the course management system will support me being able to walk the students through some of the material in very, very tiny steps between now and the end of the semester.